let's get right into this review for F1. Alright, so F1 is directed by Joseph Kosinski, who previously worked on notable films like Top Gun Maverick, Oblivion, and Tron Legacy. The film stars Brad Pitt as the main lead and has Damson Idris, Kerry Condon, and Javier Bardem filling in for the pivotal side roles. And right off the bat, I thought the entire ensemble did a fun enough job imbuing these characters' identity and in formulating the relationship dynamics that play off of each other. There was enough drama, smart quips, and emotions throughout the variety of story segments to keep me constantly engaged in this 2-hour and 36-minute runtime. So what did I think about the overall cinematic package here? I thought it was pretty darn awesome. The best part about F1 is undoubtedly the visuals. It's a marvel and a spectacle to stare at on the big screen from start to finish. This film is undoubtedly going to be the next big stepping stone and source of inspiration for future racing films, especially if there are more F1 stories out there waiting to be told. This film absolutely excels in eye candy, and I had a smile on my face in many of the racing segments sprinkled throughout. Also, the audio and soundtracks incorporated into the film absolutely worked to capture the essence of what being out in an F1 racetrack can feel like. That definitely bolstered the immersive viewing experience to this film. And with Hans Zimmer at the helm as the composer, you already know the soundscape is going to be a good match. Not only that, but the screenplay here was pretty darn solid. The core drama the protagonist undergoes was believable and had me rooting for him and the entire racing team behind him. The dialogues between all of the characters were pretty spot on during most segments as well, and each character had a stylistic flair to them which helped to immerse me into the world of F1 and this screenplay. And really, all aspects to this film just had good flavor to it. Sure, it wasn't perfect, and the story isn't anything too deep to warrant any further praise, but it definitely passes the needed requirements of a solid screenplay, and I was able to have a fun time watching this entire narrative unfold. But although I was engaged throughout the majority of the 2-hour and 36-minute runtime, it sometimes did feel either a bit too long or the entire narrative package felt too heavy for its own good at times. There's a lot the story is trying to unpack, and sometimes the emotional depth and attachment to some said story beats just wasn't at the correct level for me at times. But I will say though, I thought the movie came through loud and clear during the pivotal moments when the emotional impact mattered the most. My final score for F1 is 8.5 out of 10. This was a solid film. It definitely deserves a lot of praise for its cinematography and being able to capture the essence of what F1 racing can feel like on the big screen. The core story was solid enough to keep the ball rolling, and there was enough character progression for the MC to keep me interested until the very end. Bottom line, this entire cinematic package just felt tidied up to the best of the filmmaker's ability and ready to entertain on the biggest screen worldwide. Anyways, thanks for checking this review out. I'll have more coming out this week, so stay tuned, and I shall see you on my next upload. Until then, stay safe out there, and peace.